All right, we should be live. What's up, everyone? Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday after daylight savings time for the people living in areas that observe it. What up? Oh, wait. No, what is going on? I did not put the comment highlighter in. Here we go. What up, Extreme Zone? What up, Underwater Basket Weaving? You've been playing Eden, Dark Age of Camelot. Is it like a private server? Or is it like a classic thing? I've never ever played Dark Age of Camelot. I think it's one of those games that by this point is too old. And I wouldn't have the nostalgia for it. What up, Kale? Hey, y'all. I still do to answer the question with regards to, do people still enjoy PC gaming? But then again, I don't play every new title. I still play games occasionally, but I don't play as much as I used to. I get more enjoyment out of building and setting up a PC. I'm kind of in that camp. It's just, I don't have time. Baja this blast. I'm completely new to PC gaming just this past couple of weeks. I still prefer console naturally since it's all I've ever known, but I have been enjoying playing RuneScape, Dragon Wilds, and Neverwinter. Was Neverwinter ever on console? Yeah, I think that's one of the things about PC gaming. Like, there's just some games that don't exist for consoles. I don't believe RuneScape Dragon Wilds is on console either. Yeah, it's only on PC, it looks like. What up, Trekkin? I was a little late because I forgot to load up my YouTube panel so I could go live. I was ready. I was sitting here, but I was like, oh crap. I had OBS open, ready to go and everything, and then I just didn't have my YouTube panel to hit the go live button. I was not more than a minute late though. My clock still read 5 when I was looking at it. So it is Wednesday, my dudes. What's orange and sounds like a parrot? What up, Dan H? Beatbot. Good evening. What up? What up? What up? What up, Bottleneck PC? Knee Sweat started playing a game called Dark and Darker last year, and I already have 1,800 hours. How many? That's like an average of 5 hours a day, right? Let's see. 360. Where's the calculator? Let me bust out my calculator. And by that, I mean, oh crap. I was not supposed to change this window size, but we'll see. Please don't crash the stream. Okay, we're good. We're good. Let's see. So 1,800 divided by 365. That is my numpad. There you go. No, you said, yeah, 1,800. What the heck is going on with my numpad? 365. Okay, that's, yeah, about 5 hours a day. I feel like that is a lot. What up, Stang? How's it going? More into making servers than gaming. But what are you making your servers for, is the question. What up, J-Man? Sup, Heavy Metal Tech? Sup, Vegas Vacation? J-Man is looking for a console. The experience is much better, more relaxed. More relaxed in what way? Oh, I couldn't mute in time. Sorry. Looking for much more relaxed in that, like, you can just turn it on and start playing. I guess, as someone who's been PC gaming for so long, if I were to reset everything in my mind, for a PC, you turn it on, and then you gotta open Steam, and then you gotta click on the game you want to play. Versus a console, you turn it on. I guess you put in your physical CD unless you have a like you have it in the cloud or you have it like stored on the drive. And then you go through the menus and select your game. Is it that much more relaxed on a console? And then when people say couch gaming, you could couch game with the PC and the remote too. You posted a meme. All right, what's this meme? Today's gonna be a shorter stream, y'all, just because I need to finish editing the LAN party stories video. I'm trying to get it out on Friday, at worst on Saturday, but I don't want to get it out any later than that because I want people to be able to watch it over the weekend. It's gonna be like a 3 to 4 hour video, so ideally it's Friday, so that people on Friday night they can just watch it as if a LAN party has just started. But yeah. Do you have RAM? I do not have RAM I can sell you. No, unfortunately. Could you imagine if I did, how many people would put in that request? This was, what's orange? It sounds like a carrot. A parrot is a carrot. Feel free to impress your friends. That's totally a dad joke. What's up, Kayla? What up, JA? Yes. I'll show you guys a little bit of the LAN party. Let me see. Do I have it? Go to browser scene. If I hide this one, so I'll show you guys a little bit of like the timeline and stuff for it, but I don't know how many people know Premiere Pro. But yeah, all these tiny little lines, when you zoom in, they're all like individual cuts for what makes up a LAN party stories video. And right now the video is down to about 3-ish hours without any gaming footage in it. But yeah, maybe I'll show snippets later on in the stream. Hope the family's doing good. My little one got sick again. He had to go to the ER. Ooh, that sounds serious. Sorry to hear about that. So we have yet to have to take our girls to the hospital because of an emergency. But, and they are allergic to stuff. So hopefully we don't have like an allergy, you know, food allergy related thing. Because I think that would be the most likely reason we go. We did go to the ER, the hospital, and sat outside because they had an allergic reaction, but not one bad enough to warrant going in. But did you find that like going to the hospital was helpful? I don't know. I feel kind of jaded with healthcare in the US, especially just based on my own personal experience. Anytime I've ever had to go to the ER, I feel like the only reason, I guess as an adult, maybe it's different for kids. I've never had to take a baby to the ER, but like when I go, they don't do anything there to like actively help for the most part. I mean, sure, they give you like stronger doses of over-the-counter medicine, and they give you stuff like they write a prescription for you. So I feel like the ER is just so that you can get attention to. It's like seeing a doctor sooner, like right away, but unless you like got shot or like, I don't know, severed a limb or something, if you're just going, like if you go in the ER because you're feeling sick or have like a higher than normal fever, I feel like they don't do much and you just end up sitting around a lot. But how was your experience going with your little one? I think they did help because my little one has congestion. And okay, so they did do something that helped. They suctioned her out, which helped a lot. But other than that, there's no medication that they can provide. Okay. So, okay, yeah. So the suction thing, it sounds like they were able to do, like something that you were not able to do at home. But yeah, I remember when I had like my foot issue, almost a couple years ago, and by this point, I went in and they didn't really do anything that was like too helpful. And I went home in like the same condition that I went in at, which was kind of annoying because, you know, ER, even if you have good insurance, you still, have to pay, at least a couple $100. But yeah. ER is literally for life-threatening issues, not a cold. Well, I mean, I think when you have a baby that has like a higher than normal fever, that's just the recommendations. You don't risk it. But yeah, if you have a normal cold as an adult, you just kind of suck it up. When did LAN happen? That was in December. There are no good games. Most have been garbage. PC hardware prices are out of control. I just watch old TV shows. There is a game that's coming out that a lot of people seem to be super excited about. And I did just have it on the screen earlier. Where is it at? Crimson Desert. I'm actually curious. Is anyone, like, excited for this game? I actually played this at PAX back in December, and I am not too excited about it. I played a lot of Black Desert. I don't know how many hours. Let me check how many hours I have in Black Desert. Which is I felt like it was the same game except single player mode, and you know, with better graphics and slightly different combat system and engine. But I don't know. I don't get the hype around. Oh, I don't have my hours logged in Black Desert because I played with their client and not on Steam. Did I finish Resident Evil Requiem? No, I did not. I got a little bit further, but we're not going to do any Linux stuff today. Today's going to be a shorter stream. Like I said, just because I got to get back to editing. Hey guys, I'm thinking about picking up Arc Raiders on PC. Is it worth it? Also, should I get the standard edition or the deluxe edition? I can't speak on that. I almost never buy deluxe editions for games just because you're just paying for like digital stuff. I don't know. But Arc Raiders is a little bit cheaper. I think it's only like 40 bucks, right? So it is already a cheaper game to begin with. But it's up to you. Like, do you think it's worth paying for, you know, digital goods? Depends on the value and on the quality. I don't know of any collector's editions, or not collector's edition, but you know, the upsold versions of games has ever made me like really want to pay for more. The standard edition, oh, because you're in AUD. I think in the US it is, let's see, Arc Raiders. I think it's 40 bucks. I think I bought mine from a key site for even cheaper. Yeah, it's 40 bucks standard, but the deluxe edition, let's take a look at it, I guess. What is in the deluxe edition? Do they... what do you get? Just like some skins? You get the Wanderer set. Okay, so you get like a backpack, you get an outfit, blanket attachment, you get some cosmetics. You get more Raider tokens, which I don't know what all you can buy. I'm guessing more cosmetic stuff. But the in-game currency can be used to get Raider decks, bundles. I guess, yeah. I don't know. Is it worth spending 20 bucks just to get all this stuff? I feel like there's enough in the game that can be earned. And I get, for me, buying like the deluxe editions of games, especially online games, they tell you like, oh, you get these skins and stuff. But to me, like, so many people buy these deluxe editions that the skins that usually come with them, that they become no longer unique or like, you know, cool to wear. So I don't know. It's just more money for digital goods. One reason I PC game more is for mods, not ones that make the games easier, ones that make the games harder, and safe cosmetic ones. You had to specify it. I was actually looking for mods for some games, and it was Final Fantasy actually, because I was trying to bypass the hardware requirements that it had, and there were like naked Final Fantasy VII mods on Nexus mods. I was like, who wants to play their game with their, you know, Tifa and stuff running around completely naked? It doesn't make sense to me, but apparently people do. Hello, I'm looking to upgrade to 360 Hz monitor. I'm currently on 165. Is it worth it? I think that's something that you would have to check for yourself. I would buy a monitor from a place that has a return policy of, like, you know, satisfaction guaranteed, whether it be like Micro Center, Best Buy, Target, Walmart. I think they all have, oh, Costco. Though I don't know if Costco has 360 Hertz monitors, but if you buy it from any of those places, they usually have a return policy so long as you don't damage it. Just buy it and try it yourself. I would say more people are on monitors around 165 Hertz than they are 360, and it depends on the game you're playing. Are you playing League of Legends, Counter-Strike, Valorant, games that most systems can push up to that high of a refresh rate? But is it worth it? I don't even know what are 360 Hertz monitors going for these days. I think you can probably get a 1080p one for, let's see, $300. Okay, $250 for 240 Hertz, 320 Hertz for, wait, what? $130. Here's 240 Hertz 1440p. I feel for 170. Okay. I'm looking for the, so here's 360 Hertz 1440p for 250. Okay, so they are cheap enough. For some reason in my mind, I was thinking 360 Hertz's were much more expensive, but there's looks like a number of options. Yeah, of course these aren't going to be OLED or anything, but for 300 or less, huh? And if you buy from Amazon, you can definitely return it if you don't like it. So yeah, hard to answer. I mean, are you not happy with your 165 Hertz? Are you not happy to the point where it's like unenjoyable is my question. What up, Benzerino? You're in a Rust PV server. Would you mind if I invite anyone in stream? Feel free. How do you invite people to a Rust server? Can you post it, or do you need like a link? You can post it if it works in the chat, but Men in Black meme, is it worth it? Yes, but only if you're strong enough. Every time I hear "is it worth it," I think of that Missy Elliott song. I'm all in on retro gaming since the RAM and AI frenzy. Which retro console? It happened again. No noties or nothing. WTF, YouTube. Also, hi all. Hi, Danny. What's up, Chris? Maybe you have to like unsubscribe, unbell notification, and resubscribe, rebell notification. Oh yeah, one more thing. What type of panel? Because I don't want to regret my decision. The most expensive one you can afford. Yeah. You regret your decision when you don't buy the most expensive one you can afford, because then you have that buyer's remorse and that thought in the back of your mind every time, like, what would have been like if I got the nicer mini LED or the OLED or whatever. This is such a hard question to answer, not knowing your gaming preferences, not knowing what budget you have to work with, and not knowing how sensitive you are to refresh rate and frame rate and stuff like that. Man, chat is going crazy fast today. Was it because of the slightly negative title? Which we are going to get into. We are 20 minutes in the stream. We should get into it now. Okay, so I was thinking about the title of this stream and set it to that because I saw this article, which is not any different than many of the articles we have been seeing in the past few months. Seems like every single week we got these tech news outlets writing about how bad the RAM crisis is right now. But US RAM crisis hits boiling point as AI mania wipes out all 32GB DDR5 kits under $359. Cheaper kits vanish from shelves within seconds of listing. So let's go and take a look at Amazon real quick. We'll look at DDR5 6000 CL30 because that's pretty standard. And we do have the add-on. Let's see, what is a... Here's a 32 gig kit. So 370. What were they saying? Yeah. So can we find anything? I feel like last week and the week before that was about the price. We couldn't find anything much under 350. But let's take a look. I feel like the Corsair Vengeance kit is pretty standard. Let's look at the last month. So if anything, yeah, this has been, so let's see, 4 something, then dipped down to 380. Within the last week, actually, it's been not bad, at least for this Corsair kit. Though, trending-wise, nothing is trending downwards. So we got that big spike trending up here. And it's been pretty stable, I would say, for the last couple of months. You're upgrading your whole PC because you have a 3050. That's not enough for 360 hertz. Oh, I'm upgrading my whole setup by a lot. Okay. DDR4 is still, I mean, it's still doubled in price. DDR4 is quote unquote affordable, but it's still a lot more expensive. And man, it's just hard to recommend people to buy into DDR4 just because it's not on the way out. DDR4 is still going to be more... or it's still going to be relevant for a long time to come. Like DDR3 stayed relevant for a long time after DDR4 became more of the standard, but paying double the price for it in this point in time, you know, DDR4 has been the standard for like more than a decade now. So yeah, it's kind of hard to recommend. I think the secondhand market though, definitely check out your secondhand market. I've still been seeing people list DDR4 and some DDR5 for more reasonable prices. And RAM's pretty robust. It doesn't, you know, get damaged all too often unless people are like overvolting it and things like that. But most people are running RAM pretty like vanilla. Oh, I forgot to do the Discord notification again. You're totally right, Heavy Metal Tech. I totally forgot. Oh, yes. Okay, yeah, Solo J. We were supposed to take a look at your PC. Let me do that now. Just because... we were supposed to get to last time. If you guys didn't know, there is a build and setup showcase. People can, you know, post the hard work that you put into your PC and your desk setup and stuff. So that other people can look at it and get inspiration and ideas. Yeah, we've had people post, you know, over the whole... lifetime of the server. You can go check out what people are doing. But all right, here's Solo J's build. We got some really vibrant fan. This reminds me of the Infinity Gauntlet for some reason, because you're having like distinct colors on each of the fans instead of running the mixed RGB, addressable RGB. I guess you are running at the top, but on the bottom it looks like they're more solid. But specs wise, we're looking at a 7800 X3D, 9070 XT, so very solid CPU GPU combo. Pretty much like I would consider this high end. Let me zoom in on the specs more. With the 1000 watt PSU, B650E motherboard, 2TB NVMe SSD, 32 gigs of 6000 mega transfers per second RAM, NZXT core fans, and Arctic Liquid Freezer 3 Pro. Yeah, I mean, is that rare black? I mean, this is nice components, nice looking build. I see your sag stick here. You got one of those chapstick looking sag sticks. But I see the black RAM. I guess right now we can't be picky with the RAM. You gotta almost like all white cable extensions, white AIO, white case, white fans, white GPU motherboard. But the black RAM to me stands out. But we can't be picky right now because it's not easy to get different RAM. But very solid specs, very good looking build. Chris' friend's laptop seemingly failed and it looked like the RAM. Oh no! Bent over backwards and found him a deal on OfferUp. 2 8GB DDR5 sticks for $80. Offered 60. He replied with 65. Nice! Drove 30 minutes to there. Okay, so hour round trip. Eventually found this. His system didn't have bad RAM! Fook! But you got RAM for cheap. You bought 16 gigs of DDR5 laptop memory for 65. I actually have not been looking at the price of laptop memory. Who cares about the speed right now? Let's just take a look at. I mean, it looks like you got it for a deal. 16 gigs of DDR. Was that 2x8? Yeah. Is there 2x8 kits on here? Might be hard to find. Okay, here we go. Kind of have to find like these green PCB, very plain ones. But I feel like you got a good price on it, at least versus Amazon. Like a really good price. So even if the RAM wasn't an issue, now you have some good value RAM that you picked up that you can upgrade a laptop with or have on backup. I feel like that price is going to be a good price for a while. Graham Cracker says the title of the stream resonates with them because they have a 5090 and it's sitting doing nothing. Why do you have a system with the RTX 5090 and you're not using it to its fullest extent? Why not enjoy it? You're ready to buy full-size adapters and do a build? You should. That would be some fun content. When does LAN Party drop? LAN Party video drops hopefully this weekend. If nothing goes wrong, I have been known to have Premiere Pro happenings go wrong. Nope. What is that extension you use there to check prices? So you can use websites like Camel, but for the extension, what is this thing called? Keepa. It's called Keepa. The Amazon price tracker. So this is an extension. I will link it right now. What up, Spoolin? But yeah, you can add it to, I think it's, so yeah, it works on pretty much all the pretty popular browsers. And then I believe it was Ben Zarino who was the one who recommended it to me, if I remember correctly. Resident Evil 9 is all I played recently. One by 8 gigabyte DDR4 was only $30 the other day on where. You finally caught me live. Nice. Are you? So I guess we can talk about this. Again, today is, for anyone who's just chiming in, today's going to be a very chill stream. And we're going to end earlier than usual. I think I'm going to go for about an hour and a half. I didn't want to do Linux stuff today because the Linux stuff naturally makes the streams go on longer. And I really need to edit the LAN Party Stories video, which I will show you guys some of the editing or that I've done so far. But yeah, so we're just I'm going to focus on you guys today. I'm going to focus on the chat. I'll pull up the browser for stuff, but I'm going to be talking to chat a lot more than in the other streams where we're usually doing stuff. Anthony Ramirez says, I love you. Awkward. I'm sorry, I cannot say it back. I love all my viewers. But hey, yo, what up, Pedro? Quick question, what about OLED burns? So if you're buying make sure whatever OLED you buy, check what generation of it is. The newer generations of OLED have like anti-burn-in measures built into them. It's only like the first generation or two OLED panels that kind of have OLED, the burn-in problems. And also, burn-in I mean, if you're buying a monitor, I guess I've been using, like, every time I use a monitor, it's at least for like 5, 6, 7, maybe like even up to 10 years. I guess burn-in, even though it doesn't make a monitor unusable, it makes it somewhat annoying to see like a ghosted image somewhere. But yeah, I would say, I mean, if you have the money for OLED, then get a current gen one. Though it's kind of a trade-off. So theoretically, they don't burn in as much as they used to. There are measures in it. They actually have like, they put in like, you know, like an actual CPU into them. Not like a desktop CPU, but you know, they have their own brain to help them prevent burn-in. But that's just one of the trade-offs. Mini, if you want like good image quality, mini LED is what some people turn to if they don't want to deal with burn-in potential with OLEDs. So look up mini LED monitors as well. We love you, Danny, says Chris. Yes, thank you. Let's see. Big fan, says Spoolin. I appreciate that. Finish Red Dead Redemption 2. I need to play Red Dead Redemption 2. I have not played any of the Red Dead games. As much as I like Grand Theft Auto and Rockstar, I have not played them. Going for Doom 2016 now. Nice. And honestly, besides Cyberpunk, there isn't any good-looking games. Well, I think people are saying the Crimson Desert is supposed to be a good-looking game. I got so off track. People are super hyped about this. When does this even come out? It's coming out, on March 19th. So, like, next Thursday. I played this at PAX. It was like a whole 30-minute demo. I don't see the hype behind it. I played a lot of Black Desert, and the way that the graphics of the games and the way that the movement feels, in this game, the controls are kind of crazy. This is a game where I think the combat and controls are too complicated. Like, you're doing a lot of combinations of buttons, and you have to remember a lot of modifiers, like right trigger, like, you know, to with certain attacks, and maybe it's because a demo wasn't a good setting for it, but I just had to do like the most basic stuff, because maybe in the game the natural pace of it will train you to do all the different combos and modifiers, but the combat seemed overly complicated, and there's a lot of pop-in, which was a problem that Black Desert had, and like the cinematics, it just to me doesn't feel like what you would expect out of a AAA game. But I'm curious to hear, once people play it, what their thoughts are. Like, is anyone in chat even interested in Crimson Desert? I am kind of happy for Pearl Abyss, because they are, you know, they're known for Black Desert, which is an MMO, and I'm always going to cheer on MMO and MMO companies, but as someone who enjoyed and played a lot of Black Desert, even though it became a grind fest after a long time, Crimson Desert, I don't think I'm going to be picking up and playing. Dark and Darker is the only game anyone should be playing. I've never played that, but that's like the medieval extraction combat game, right? I just got Black Desert on Steam for $1. So I think Black Desert is a fun time. You will find that it's going to be grindy, and it is kind of pay to win with how the upgrade system in that game works. But if you play that, then imagine taking that game and a similar engine and making it single player, and that's what Crimson Desert is, except with a more complex like combat key bindings and stuff. Bro just said Cyberpunk. Hey, Cyberpunk still, you know, it got its I guess when was Phantom Liberty? Cyberpunk, I think, was ahead of its time when it was released, and it can still look and feel and play like a modern game. I'm not sure if you guys have noticed, but gaming hasn't really evolved much in like the last 5 years, and Cyberpunk came out what, like 2020. Was it? It was 2020, right? Not 2021 or 2019. But yeah, we're getting to a point where, I mean, games will be more demanding on hardware depending on how unoptimized a developer makes it. But if you look at AAA games like the new Resident Evil or like God of War or like Arc Raiders and stuff like that, there are new games that are coming out that can run on hardware that is like 5+ years old and still look good when you're running it on modern hardware. Like, I feel like we've kind of plateaued. Like, yeah, sure, there's path tracing and stuff like that, but that's kind of hardware locked and specific, and it runs like booty. So, yeah, I don't know, like, Cyberpunk in the big 2026, I think is still very relevant, is what I'm trying to say. Half of these games coming out die before I even hear of them. I don't even know what is considered a big, huge, successful game in recent years. Like, for example, I thought when the Oblivion remaster came out, I thought that was going to be huge. Apparently not. A lot of people didn't even care about it. So maybe that was a nostalgic factor on my end. But, like, when Elder Scrolls 6 comes out, is that going to be considered? Okay, I know GTA 6 is going to be, like, one of the biggest games of all time. But aside from that, like, what are some of the other games coming out that are going to be, you know, considered, like, a commercial success and it's going to be talked about for years to come? Battlefield 6, I was super excited for Battlefield 6, but no one plays right, and it's just COD Deathmatch now. Any of the Battlefield 6 or Battlefield games, COD games, I view them all the same. Like, every single year or every other year, they just release a new one and charge you the premium $70 for it, and I've not cared about FPS games for the longest time. New Mafia is amazing. Is Minecraft 2 even a thing? As a non-Minecraft enjoyer, I don't follow Minecraft news, but is Minecraft 2? Reports suggest Marcus not the original is working on a new game referred to potential Minecraft 2. Minecraft 2, the movie. Marvel Rivals. I know Steam charts are not like the total deciding factor of how popular a game is, but how's Marvel Rivals been doing? Where's the okay, so when it first came out, it peaked at 644. Then, so when is this? December 2024. And then within a few months it dropped to quite a bit, but it's been pretty stable. Yeah, like 80, near 100,000 for a while now. Okay, for like a year ish. GTA 6, yeah. Well, I don't think. Let's see. If GTA 6, the new release date is 2027, right? I think. Let's see, 2028. I don't think. I think it would be like 2028, 2029 for GTA 6. Wait, GTA 6 PC is 2027? Let me look this up. There's been so many canceled and re-releases. Alright. The initial release date for console is going to be November of this year. If they don't push it back further. Let's assume this is kept. I think it was a year and a half between when the GTA 5 came out on console and PC. So it came out. So let's look at the date on here. So 2013 September, and then Windows 20. So yeah, about a year and a half between console and PC. I mean, I will gladly take GTA 6 PC 2027, which means within about a year of the release date of console. But I don't know. I don't know if I believe that. Unless they have stated it. Speaking of trading in old stuff for crazy money, Sony gave me $170 for a PS4 Slim. I don't even follow the prices of old consoles anymore. GameStop, you can buy them for interesting. Why would Sony do that? You can buy them for 150. PS4 Slim. Maybe you had a nicer one. Maybe a limited edition one or one with a bigger drive. You can buy it right now from GameStop for 150. World is getting nuked. Yeah, we might not even get to see GTA if we go to World War 3. GTA 6 is becoming a meme like Half-Life 3, but they've actually released teasers and like footage of GTA 6. Whereas Half-Life 3, there's not even that. Console first, no mods, and RP, they want you to beat the game before online comes, like GTA 5. Yeah, I remember when they locked, they gated the online portion of GTA 5 for a bit. Because yeah, if a game has an online mode, I feel like so many people will rush straight to the online. And they were, I mean, I don't know how long GTA 6 have been in development, but they must have been working on that for so many years that it was suck if they released it with online mode concurrently and nobody plays this. You know, they do a lot of like voice acting, all the writers and the storytelling and stuff. Yeah, if that's just skipped over. HDZ $2 super chat. Did you see the new Intel? I did. Okay, we can talk about that. Thanks for the super chat, HDZ. And what's up? Yes. New Intel Core Ultra. After I just upgraded to the 265, they've refreshed the Arrow Lake CPUs, claims 15% higher gaming performance and multi-threaded boost. So I have the Ultra 7 265K, and I just made a video about my build update that I felt was kind of forced. I needed it. And then they announced this, though I don't know when this is going to come out. And these are releasing at a much more reasonable price, right? I think they said, where's the pricing? Where is the pricing? I know a lot of people aren't going to buy Intel, and I'm not shilling for Intel by any means. But I think for the price of these CPUs and the performance you get, they're pretty reasonable. The only thing is that upgrade path that everyone talks about. Like, I know I'm going to be limited with my upgrade path. But by the time I upgrade, it's going to be time to upgrade my motherboard anyways. So I'm okay with that. But yeah, so the 265, when it released, was $400. They're launching these ones at $300, which are more in line because the 265K is often found at like $275. So, and if this is supposedly 15% better, then I think it could be a decent deal just because the AMD processors are like $100 more, or at least like $75 more than for the 7800X 3D. But yeah, I saw that and I was kind of like, ugh. This is just what happens in the PC space. You buy a PC or you build your own PC, within a year, they're going to announce something that is better than it. So you just kind of gotta live with that decision. RIP Intel, a shadow of what they once were. I mean, we'll see. With AMD and Nvidia like hedging all their bets towards AI, and I know Intel is doing a little bit of that too. I think these next few years we might see a shakeup of like what company becomes what people see as like, you know, the lone hero of the big three. I wouldn't be surprised if Intel is able to turn it around within the next couple of years. And people are already getting pissed off at Nvidia for all the AI shenanigans, and AMD is kind of like doing a similar thing. You're on Intel, Nob? What the hell? Did you not see my most recent build update video? I've been on Intel, actually. I've been on Intel CPU for the last, how many years now? I think like 4 years. Is that like, I think it's been about 4 years, 5 years. Yeah, I've been on the 12700K. And then I just recently upgraded and I stuck to Intel just because of the motherboard I found, and then the pricing compared to the AMD. Plus, I didn't want another 7800X3D. I already have one, and no way I'm paying the premium for a 9800X3D. So yeah. Same socket? Yeah, this should be the same socket. If it's a refresh, unless you're talking about something else. To be honest, I don't like to get the best parts. I like being in the middle because I might regret it. I kind of feel the same way. I rarely, like, I never ever buy like an i9 chip, and I never ever buy like a 90 series or even an 80 series card. I just feel like it's you always, when you start getting towards that side of the performance spectrum, you are paying a premium. The dollar per performance you're getting does go down. Danny still got that Intel Hopium. It's rare to see these days. I think I'm just being a realist. I feel like, well, Intel got some help from the government somewhat recently, right? I think they are too big to fail. So, I mean, when people, at some point in time, people were saying AMD is going to turn it around when AMD was about to go bankrupt, right? And they were probably told, you have some AMD hopium. And look where AMD has gotten themselves to. So, it's just, you know, they've been around for long enough. I think all these companies eventually will figure out how to get their heads out of their own asses and you know, do right by the consumers. The B770 being canceled to be used in AI workstation product was my biggest disappointment. We're so hyped. Wanted to actually buy one and do a bunch of content on it, and nope. Wait, when, let's see, B770 canceled. Was this official? Based on reports from early February, the Intel Arc B770 desktop has told. Where was the actual article? Claimed to be dead. All right, who's telling us that it's dead? XDA claims that it's dead, a casualty. Yeah, but what's the source? Says that Intel has pulled the plug. Okay. I need... It's going to say... website goes on to explain Intel no longer believes in the project. Okay. Yeah, this is a news outlet reporting on another news outlet's reporting. This is why I kind of hate modern journalism. Everybody is like just writing based off of what other people wrote. So I'm going to go to the XDA article because they're the ones who actually got the source. Who is your source though? Who's leaking this information? But recent leaks suggest the company has shelved it for good. Okay, what is this leak? Financial viability. Do they even like cite their mysterious insider person to? According to the leak. Oh my god! You guys just see what I did? We went from the PC Gamer article, which linked or it linked to the XDA article, which when I clicked this, according to the leak, it was actually reported on by WCCF Tech. This is so sad. Okay, what was your source? Why is this? What's going on here? It's from a... Why X Tracker has blocked content. Your Firefox settings... Okay, allow X. Modern day plagiarism? Exactly. I know, right? Okay, so this was the source of that information, it seems like. Source me, but with glasses and mustache. Not financially Bionic Squash? Who is this person? Silicon Enthusiast. What? Where was their post even? I'm not. Oh, there's a reply. I can't even look at replies because they want me to sign in. I'm not signing into X. I mean Twitter. So this guy or person, I don't know if it's a guy, might be a girl, or something in between. But this is what we're going off of. Why does it keep on opening? I mean, maybe this person is a well-known leaker, but the not being financially viable thing I can see, because apparently the B580, the margins on that weren't that great. So, and you know, Intel kind of, I mean, they're only into their second generation of these ARC cards. So it's weird though, because when you look in the chat and just like in the PC community, I feel like there's a fair number of people who say they have a B580. There were some people in the chat tonight who said they have a B580 and they're happy with it. So I source everything from TikTok. The source might not even be real. After AI, there have been an epidemic of AI sources and AI publishers acting as humans. Yeah. I'm not saying I don't believe that it's canceled. I could totally see it being canceled for all the reasons listed. It's just when you like dig more into it, like I am not gonna go around spreading that it has been canceled now, because if that is the root of the source of the information, I'm not gonna be spreading that stuff. So yeah, careful clicking random Twitters, lol. Should I wait for the C580 if it's even around then? Intel's, yeah, I mean, this is kind of a good point. Intel's thing, that especially what made the B580 popular, is, you know, for the price that you were paying, you're getting 12 gigabytes of VRAM, which no other company was kind of giving. And even the A770 with the 16 gigabyte VRAM version, that one was pretty affordable too, cheaper than the competition. But again, VRAM isn't the whole story. When the drivers and the architecture behind it is lagging compared to NVIDIA and AMD, I will take less VRAM for better performance at the end of the day. Let's see. Maybe close all my tabs. I have like a million tabs open. Do you plan to compile your Linux experience and do a sort of react kind of video to LTT's recent Linux switchover vids, something like that? I don't know if I want to make a dedicated Linux video by the end of this. I feel like I don't know if it brings much value to the table. Doing it on stream is fun, doing it live and all, but this stream is kind of like a test platform that I can do whatever the heck I want and not be like, you know, beholden to the YouTube algorithm and feel bad if I put something out and like if it like doesn't perform well. Like for the streams, it doesn't even matter, right? But if I put out a video, I would feel bad if it was like Linux and it doesn't perform well. And I don't know, man. The types of people Linux content draw, at least long form content, for the stream it's fine because this is mostly my own community. Not a lot of people, you know, the super neckbeard Linux people like come to the streams and watch me dick around and mess up with Linux. But if I put out a video on it, it might get more eyes on it, and people are gonna be like, "You didn't give Linux a fair shot. You're complaining about this." It's like the whole elitist mindset that I have seen personally reading through the comments, like the people who like have criticized even Linus for the decisions that he has made for all his Linux content. I don't know if I want to subject myself to that. What should you invest in? Gold and silver. Isn't that what's on the rise right now? No, I'm kidding. Do not take my financial advice. What microphone am I using? I'm using a DJI Mic 2. It is sitting right here. It's a wireless mic. It travels with me so that the volume doesn't change as I move away from the screen. When's the LAN video dropping? Okay, a lot of people asking about the LAN video. So let me show a little bit of it right now. Boom. Okay, so here's my Premiere Pro project. So here is the full timeline of like everything dropped into a timeline. And the way, I am by no means a pro editor. I have been video editing for like, I think by this point, like 20 years, but not on any professional level, right? I have not gone and taken courses on how to video edit. I just edit based on what I know to do. So the way I organize things and like for this, I separated each day of footage based on which layer on the timeline. So like layer 1 is day 1. This is day 2, day 3. It just helps me visually organize like, you know, which footage is from what day. But so if we look at all the footage I have, and I know there's some gaps in it, but we look at right here, that is too small for you guys to see. This says 15 hours. So minus the pre-LAN stuff and minus these gaps in here, I probably had like around, actually no, with the pre-LAN footage in here, it would have been even more. So I probably was sitting on like 16 to 18 hours straight of footage. So the way I edit is I just, you know, go through and try to delete stuff that isn't worth putting in the video, blank, you know, empty, non-dialogue space and stuff like that. And it takes me a really long time because, as you can imagine, to scrub through this much video, and then you scrub through it, and then it's still like 12 hours long. So then you scrub through it again, trying to look for more stuff to cut out. Then it's like 8 hours long. You scrub through it, now it's 6 hours. So I've done that multiple times, and when you edit that much footage, it takes almost that much time to like watch through it. You can skip and fast forward through parts, but you still have to like, especially to catch dialogue and like weird conversations that we have that I try to include in the video, you have to watch it pretty intently. So this is where I'm at now, right? So it is at, again, you probably can't see, and is there a magnifying glass that I can put on? But it's about at 3.5 hours. I think there's a lot of funny moments from this LAN, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Hopefully I didn't overhype it being, you know, wrapping up 10 years of LAN party stories. I think this was a really good LAN, but I'm also overly critical every time I like make content. I always worry, like, are people going to be like, this is the LAN party where we feel like he peaked, or they peaked, the group, or like it wasn't as good as previous ones. But I think there was fun parts in it. Let me see. Like, there's a part where Jesse explains how to use his fancy bidet on remote. This part was pretty hilarious. And then I put like little bookmarks or whatever just so that I can see what sections are. But yeah, so that's where we're at right now. We got a lot of Nick content, a lot of fun Nick content. So I'm trying to finish it by Friday. Like 3 p.m. Pacific time Friday is my goal to release the video, just so people can enjoy it over the weekend. But if not, then maybe Saturday. I do not want to push it another week. I don't need to push it another week, but I still have a lot of work to do. So that's why I'm cutting stream short in about half an hour. Just have Claude scrub it for you? Is that like an AI? Like video editor? Claude video editing? Let's see. Claude Code enables advanced AI-driven video editing. Okay. Oops, I gotta bring back this. I don't think Claude... If you guys have seen the LAN party stories, do you think an AI could make the same decisions as me, who actually attended the LAN party and make these LAN party videos a certain way, do you think it could be trusted? I don't think I could trust it. Like, how do you know it's not going to cut out something that was like hilarious or like, you know, like funny? Especially since the audio quality in the LAN party videos aren't amazing. I do have to mess with the audio levels. Sometimes it's pretty quiet and I feel like the AI might just completely miss it because it can't even understand what's going on. And for those parts, I usually add in the captions and stuff. So like, I don't know. Anthony Ramirez says, I trust AI. Better decisions. HDZ7 says, no, it wouldn't have the... Yeah, I definitely don't think it would have the same authenticity. And I would just be so paranoid that it actually cut out, like, stuff that I would have wanted to keep. I would almost be going back over all the footage again anyways. What up, Courage? I trust AI with my life. No, I get it. Let me see this. Claude Code just changed content creation forever. I can imagine it being useful. Here, how about this? After I edit this video, I mess around with Claude, let it do a cut, or let it do whatever the hell it does, and then see what comes out of it. The issue is, I don't, like, how... Okay, let's look into this. Now that you brought this up. And we're just talking about whatever tonight. Claude AI. How much does this cost? Reading, mute, pull out key points, find action items for video editing. So one of the issues I've found, because I have wanted to throw these live streams into an AI video editor to chop it up. Because with these ones, the dialogue is much more clear. I'm speaking directly into the mic the entire time. I think it could do that better compared to vlog footage. But even then, the way that a lot of these work is you charge by the hours processed. So the more footage you have, even if it's just like blank footage, they charge you like more. So I can't imagine throwing 18 hours of footage into an AI thing and having it be like too cost effective. But do you have to use Claude with something else? Or is it, let's see, Claude AI video editing made simple with Remotion. Yeah, it looks like free, okay, Claude Code. This is how kind of disconnected I am with like all the different things that AI can do, because I'm just not too much of a fan of it. But first dead air pass. There is, I mean, I include dead air in the video edits. Like, let me see if I can find, like, we can just look at the, yeah, there's like, there's moments of showing like the morning sequences where it's pretty quiet and like, here, let me move that out of the way. Like, there's a lot of quote unquote dead air in the lands. Like, it's not always just talking. Sometimes I'm just showing things that are happening without any dialogue. So if it cuts that stuff out, then that's not good. Yeah, and there's like quiet dialogue sections, and there's the food. We had some pretty good breakfast made by Victoria. But yeah, I don't know. Anyone who says they trust AI is paid off by Microsoft or an AI itself saying it. No, I think there are people who have reasonable like trust in AI and like use it to like help enhance their lives or make it more convenient. But yeah, that sounds like quality content. AI arrested the wrong man in Nevada. Let's see. Oh, and then there's also AI is being used for like missile strikes and drone strikes and stuff too, right? And how does that work? Like, if you accidentally kill civilians or children with that, are you gonna try to blame the AI? Like, anyways, facial recognition technology misidentifies someone, leading to a wrongful arrest and lands an innocent man behind bars. This sounds like a lawsuit. He might be set for the rest of his life. Maybe. AI taught me how to be a man. Okay. If you need AI to teach you that, I don't know. AI versus the people. The arresting officer concluded, my feeble human mind cannot overrule an AI's algorithm. Well, I think that is user error for sure. I'm kind of... Anthony Ramirez does sound like he might be AI. All his responses are sounding pretty AI-like. I unfortunately work in one of those data centers, and the current outcome makes us look evil. Haha. We need an AI Danny that answers budgeting and PC questions. What up, Jake Dog? How you doing? I would never, ever trust AI ever. I mean, I've trusted AI with things before. I've had it read through documents for me and read through contracts. But I always do so with a skeptical eye. And I take it, whatever it gives me with a grain of salt. AI is still new and not smart enough to know exactly what you are looking for. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Can you use Claude AI with Premiere Pro? Is there like an add-on? Claude AI acts as an intelligent assistant for Adobe Premiere Pro leverage. Okay. I'm curious about it, but I'm pretty sure I would never trust AI in the hands of editing a long form video for me. At least, okay, maybe I shouldn't say never. Right now, I would not trust it. Yep. I guess some people are not fortunate enough to have men around them. Wait, what does having men around them have to do with anything? You can still grow up to be a good man or woman without that same sex person around you. I think it's more of... I don't think being a man or a woman that really has much meaning behind it. I think being a good person has way more meaning behind it, even though that in itself is a pretty umbrella statement. How about just not being, you know, a shithead? Thanks, man. Yeah, the girls, the house, doing great. It's crazy as always, but you know, what can you do when you have two infants that you're looking after? AI should be required to identify itself, i.e., if there are bots in the chat and they had to identify themselves as bots. Are there any bots in the chat right now? Usually bots don't talk. Like when people buy viewers and buy views or whatever, there's the whole thing about, like, every streamer on Twitch seems to be buying views. Those bots, I don't believe, say anything in chat. They just sit there lurking to up the view count. But I don't know anything about that. So, I think, because one of the things, I love watching drama videos on YouTube about like streamers and stuff like that. So anytime there's like a breakdown of like, oh, Asmongold is botting views, and like, or like some other streamer, and they compare the chat pace versus how many, like the tens if not hundreds of thousands of viewers they have, and there's a disconnect. My takeaway from that is that all these streamers who are botting their views, the bots don't say anything in chat. They have fake talking ones now too? Lol. Huh. Alright, chat. Can we identify who is a bot in this chat right now? Actually, I don't think anyone has given any... oh, except for Dan H right here saying beat boot. Danny, my fault on the MSI cooler. I didn't even know that. Thank you for clarifying. You're talking about the one that you bought? Wait, what are you apologizing for? We were just trying to help you out get a better priced one. Can you return the cooler that you got? Run a ball. Okay. people are gonna troll and say that they're a bot. See, look at it. We got so many bots in the chat now. So that's how you find bots. You ask the chat nicely, is anyone in the chat a bot? Please identify yourselves. And so many people come out as bots. Huh. I'm taking a log of all these recordings, and this is going to be used against you. They are just Chinese and other countries, cheap phones watching the streams, but can comment if paid for that service, I think. That sounds like such a manual way to do it. Like, because if you think about how many bots people usually have on their, like, you know, videos or streams at any given point in time, we're talking about tens of thousands here, right? To have a physical phone for each representation of a view versus running like virtual machines or multiple browsers and VPN, I don't know. It sounds like doing it manually with a phone per viewer is the least efficient way of doing it. And then you gotta keep those phones charged up. You gotta keep them logged into these accounts. Like controlling them too, unless I guess you have remote access to them. I don't know. Definitely a bot and a female bot. What differentiates a female versus a male bot? Yeah, I was just kidding. I don't think I have any bots at all. With my like 100-ish viewers every stream and like the chat moving as much as it is. I know we do have some lurkers, but I'm pretty sure there's no bots in the stream. Bot equals bunch of talent. Does a bot identify as binary or non-binary? Says Akuma. I don't play games, but I want to make them, and my AI just made a cool 3D game I love playing. Solar Asteroid Pac-Man. Yeah, dude. AI and vibe coding and all that stuff. I don't know how I feel about that yet because I'm not in that space. But the use of AI for like art and music and stuff, yeah, that's I'm not a fan. And AI video editing is a different thing because you still have the content that was recorded and hosted by like a human being and their personality and stuff like that, and it's just the AI chopping it. So that's a little different. I could get more on board with it depending on the types of videos. Like if it's just like a standard talking head, you know, and it gets rid of the parts that you mess up and you had to repeat yourself, stuff like that. I guess I don't have a problem with that, but yeah. AI equals actually Indians. Danny, I was watching the LAN Party 2025. Spring was probably the best one so far. Really? I need to do a full watch through of all of them again. Like straight from the beginning to the end. Because I've mentioned that I think my favorite one is the winter 2019 one, the first one at this house. But that one is like how long is that video? Let me see. LAN party stories. I do like how so I'm in an incognito window right now with no cookies or, you know, any previous data or anything to like influence the results on Google. But I do like how when I Google LAN party stories, the first result is the LAN party stories playlist. So I don't know if you guys see that when you type in LAN party stories, but at least maybe they have me IP tracked and that's why it comes up. But that video that I'm talking about, which I think might be my favorite, but I do need to watch them all through again just because, you know, it's been 10 years. I'm sure I've forgotten a bunch of stuff that has happened in each unique video, so it would be a good revisit. But yeah, this one, oh, okay, it was 48 minutes. Yes, if you guys have watched from the beginning. Remember how the first LAN Party Stories video was 23 minutes long? Like the first full LAN video was 23 minutes. Where's my cursor at? Right here, 23. And then, can I make this bigger? Yeah. So it was 23 minutes. Then the next one, 29 minutes. Then the next one, 27. So it stayed about the same. Then the next 35 minutes, 31, 43 minutes, 48, 55, 52, 1 hour. Up until 2020, the LAN Party Stories were only an hour long. And then they kind of exploded. Here's an hour 10, 146, 158. The Texas one doesn't count because that was over like 5 or 6 days. 2 hours, 2 hours 30, 216. 3 hours and 30 minutes, 320. And then this new one, I don't know how long it's going to be, but probably around this length. Jake Dog says, I'm pretty old, so I never learned Blender. I think it would be pretty cool to learn Blender as well. To make, like, to model stuff. I know other programs, like SolidWorks, somewhat. Like, you know, like engineering CAD programs. But something like Blender, where you could, you know, manipulate, like, models from games and stuff. I think that would be pretty cool. But teaching via YouTube would be good if AI could just inject the knowledge into my brain. As much as we talk about... Okay, here's a fun poll question. I'm going to... Like the Matrix. So if there was 100% safe way, because when you're dealing with the brain and stuff, it's kind of dangerous. You can mess things up and die, or become a vegetable, whatever. But if there was a safe way to like have a USB port, you know, like Cyberpunk or something, SD card slot, and you could just upload information into yourself. So instead of having to learn it the long hard way, and you could just instantly, or at least you could upload it to yourself as fast as the port on your neck or whatever, would you do it? Kind of like in the Matrix, how like he's like, teach me kung fu, and then they drop a file over to him. Would you do it? I mean, as much as like we hate AI, or not hate AI, as much as we're frustrated with AI right now, and I feel like this kind of plays into that kind of, you know, future. I think that would be so convenient. I know kung fu, exactly. Learning by injecting knowledge into your... You're literally injecting, like, files into your brain in some distant future. At my age, yes, says Kale. Wait, Kale, how old are you? Yeah, the only thing... That's why we're playing with the hypothetical here. If it was 100% safe. I'll let some other people be the guinea pigs and see how... I mean... Let's see. How's the brain chip implant thing going so far? The Neuralink guy. First ever human to get it in 2024. He's doing remarkably well. Regaining... Okay. Significant control over devices. But... this is putting it in someone who lost, like, some of their functional abilities. I'm talking about putting it into someone who is, like, you know, fully functioning and trying to, like, enhance that. This person does report that the technology has been life-changing. giving him purpose and reconnecting with the world. So I think that is a good thing. But we're talking about this is for like the masses, not just people who have been paralyzed and handicapped and things like that. I would never inject anything into my brain. Don't think of it about injecting into your brain. Think of it as in the future, they are somehow able to connect, you know, electronics to your brain. And then there's a port that you could stick a USB drive into your neck or somewhere else. So you're not going into the brain, but there are connections going to the brain to help transmit the data. This snack is crunchy. Was it that crunchy? I've been trying to mute it, but I forgot. These are just rice crackers. From, I think these ones are Japanese rice crackers, but yeah, they're very, very crunchy. I will try to mute when I snack on them. Imagine injecting knowledge of a language into a baby's brain and they go like, Mother, I require sustenance. You will know what you need to as you go on in life. I feel, dude, but everything, like, we're moving towards a future where we're already seeing it in like big businesses and companies and stuff, right? They want performance and numbers as quick as possible, even if it means working you to death. It's just something like this, being able to learn quicker frees up time to either get more done or just have more leisure time, which both I think most people would want in their lives. I don't know. Maybe a lot of you out there have good work-life balance, but I especially after having kids, I'm just like, where do I get more time? How can I get more time? I think that even if it was safe, many people would do it anyway. If it wasn't safe, many people would do it hoping for a positive outcome. Yeah, people, I think, take some pretty big risks in other aspects of their lives already. So, no way Keanu Reeves was Johnny Silverhand before Cyberpunk. He actually just dropped, I think he just dropped a new song. What's the band that he's in called? Is it Dogwater? Dogstar. Dogwater. Yeah, I just saw a video on YouTube the other day from a band called Dogstar. And I was like, wait, is that Keanu Reeves? I'm not into rock music or anything like that. So I actually was never aware that Keanu Reeves has been in a band since like, what, the 90s or something? No, cocaine was once said to be safe, so no. No, I would want it to be organic, no UI anything. I look good in orange. Thank you for the kind words. I appreciate it. You die in the Matrix, you die IRL. Exactly. Yeah, I remember hearing about that. The cocaine in Coca-Cola. Later, Jake Dog. At one point, people probably didn't want Neat. That must have been a long time ago. I think Neat has been around for a while. Late 90s movies are telling the future, which is slowly coming to pass in regards to AI and tech. Yeah, hopefully Terminator is not the one that is going to be correct. Because Skynet is scary. Another issue is you only have so much room in your brain. People would fill it too fast. Well, yeah, but imagine your brain also, you can connect the equivalent to SSDs into it to expand the capacity. And then that's where you could store. So like think of the RAM being like the cache on your CPU. Very small, very, very, very small storage space, but for the quickest things. And then a side connector to either the equivalent of system memory or like solid state storage or something like that for stuff that you want to access and you are willing to wait a couple seconds to get to it, you know? People would fill it too fast. Well, the thing is, too, you could replace it and treat it just like a storage drive. All right, I'm done with this nursing information. Let me remove it from the storage attached to my brain, and let me move in the Kung Fu portion. Download more brain? Yeah. I want a Ryzen X3D brain. At this point, we don't need Terminator. Yeah, I am describing Cyberpunk. Exactly. Though, wait, let me think. Cyberpunk, I remember they put those things on where they can, like, revisit, like, the past memories and stuff like that. But with regards to downloading knowledge, I don't recall that being a specific, I guess, like, feature from rip docs and stuff. Is there an AI movie with a good outlook? Have you guys seen this movie? It's pretty old by this point. Her with Joaquin Phoenix. I've only seen it once, but when I watched it, I thought it was a pretty interesting movie. Wasn't the maybe this is a spoiler alert. I'm not going to say what it is because I don't even remember specifically. But in the end, I think it was a happy ending. And this movie, I think, is really interesting. Especially, I need to rewatch this, given the advancements that we've made in AI. And you start seeing more articles every day that, like, people are having AI relationships. But this movie is about this guy who gets into a relationship with an AI with the voice of Scarlett Johansson. Yeah, when was this? 2013? I think I saw it. Like, I didn't see it in theaters, but I saw it as soon as it was available, like, out of theaters. And I liked the movie, but I don't remember all of the AI details about it. So it'd be interesting to go watch it 13 years later to see how much of it actually came true or not. Yep, it was her voice. Chappie, oh, I've seen that as well. With who are those? The Antwood. What's this group's name? Those weird rappers. I've seen this as well. I don't remember too much from it. There's a comedy version with Adam Devine. It's called Jexy. Is this newer? When was this? Oh, 2019. Man whose life is disrupted when his smartphone's AI, voiced by Rose Byrne, becomes possessively self-aware. Huh. I've never seen this. Alright, time to have a AI movie marathon watch session. What is the capacity of the brain? Oh, I think if you were to try to equate it, the brain is like, here, let's see what AI even tells us about this. Let's see. We'll go ChatGPT on this one. Let's see if they can even answer this. If we were to compare the brain to an SSD, what would the storage space comparison be like? I think the brain is like way crazy bigger. In the hundreds of terabytes. Neuroscientists often estimate the brain's information storage capacity in the hundreds of terabytes to a few petabytes. But the comparison is tricky because the brain stores and processes information differently than digital storage. So yeah, I think it's kind of hard to do a direct comparison, but if you're talking about like all the neurons and electrons firing and stuff like that. It's like our bodies are just crazy compared to these clankers. So yeah, putting in a 1 terabyte SSD is gonna do like nothing compared to the overall capacity of your brain. Subservience. Oh, I've seen this one. Yeah, the one with Megan Fox. And then, yeah, the whole androids, and then attractive androids thing. It's kind of creepy. But there are already people who probably have relationships with blow-up dolls and silicone dolls. So for that crowd, something like this is like more, you know, bridging the gap of a real human versus an inanimate object. Yeah, I see this movie is one that like you watch it, you remember the premise a bit, you remember that Megan Fox is in it, but you don't remember the title. I totally forgot that was the title of the movie. And what was the other movie? Meg, not that one. What's the movie with that creepy doll? Megan, not Meg. Megan. Yeah, these ones too. I mean, we are slowly starting to get toys and dolls that are now having a slightly more AI function in them. I get hit up by companies in my email all the time to promote like AI assistant, like little physical, you know, things. Kind of like the Razer Goon Tube thingy. But yeah, this is totally within I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if this already kind of exists. The Goon, yes, what is it called? Razer. We'll just put in GoonTube because everyone knows. Ava is what it was called, where you get a little AI assistant in this little tube. That's the unofficial name for it. There's a movie that came out recently where a guy tried to frame his companion bot for... Oh man, I know why you're using the word unaliving, because otherwise like you might get banned or whatever. But like, I hate the word unaliving so much. I think if you wrote kill, it would have been fine. But companion bot for unaliving his friend's boyfriend. Not sure which one that was. Just watching the DRAM cartel vid by Gamers Nexus and crazy how history repeats with tariffs and semiconductors. I feel like this time, each time it repeats, has it been getting worse? Like each time we had a GPU shortage, whether it be due to crypto or the pandemic, I think like the percentage of like price surges has gotten worse. And now, like, we've had RAM shortages in the past, like a few other times. It's never gone as bad as right now. That's the sucky thing. It only gets worse each time. Oh, you typed the M word, it didn't go through? So, YouTube filters murder. Because that's not me. I'm not deleting anything. So, you can't type murder, huh? Okay. I feel like kill would be okay, though. Because you can use the word kill in a non-context of murder. Like, the computer killed itself. I killed the machine when it was acting up by unplugging it. Stuff like that. "2024 was the only year this decade so far to be able to build a PC at MSRP." Is that true? With it, when you say this decade so far, you mean like since 2020 or within the last 10 years? Because I'm thinking you're saying this the equivalent of within the last 5 years, 2024 was the only year to build MSRP. The unaliving wordage can get streamers banned for saying it, and the person writing it banned. Temp or is this like a Twitch thing? It's so weird. Like I think context matters so much. I agree. Like if someone in chat was saying, "Oh, I want to kill another person in chat," yes, ban them, whatever. But if I'm just talking about, I was playing a game and I had to kill this boss to get the loot, or like that example we just had, talking about a movie where one person in the movie kills another, like, I understand people being cautious, but man, and I don't even think that's like not even being politically correct, right? That's just trying to like not catch a ban from like automated systems on these platforms. Come up. Wait, what? Are you trying to write companion? Okay. I've never heard of this movie. What year was this? 2025. Huh. Who is in it? Oh. It's the guy the guy from The Boys. That's how I know him as. Okay. You think we're gonna get more and more movies about AI and like cyborgs, or not cyborgs, but androids and robots and stuff like that, as this becomes more normal in our everyday lives? The best and most popular AI movie is Terminator. Terminator 2 to be exact. Terminator 1 was fine, but I think Terminator 2 was like one of my favorite childhood movies, which I don't know what the hell my mom was thinking letting me watch Terminator 2. I think I first watched it when I was like 6 or 7 years old. There's scenes in it where like Arnold cuts off his arm and reveals this bloody skeleton thing, and there's like shooting in it and everything. Is Terminator 2 rated R? I think it is. But yeah, I don't know why my mom let me watch it, but I did, and it is an amazing movie. And it still holds up well today. But yeah, I agree with you. Most popular AI movie is Terminator 2. I do, dude. There's too many AI and robot movies to have to go back and rewatch, and all these new ones you guys are mentioning. Whenever I have time, I need to just sit down and just put it on. Transcendence with Johnny Depp. I've not. Wait, have I seen this one? When this was 2014? Yeah, I don't think I've seen this one. Scientific researching artificial intelligence. Yeah, it would be good to revisit all these a decade later and see which ones turn out to be true. Kyle Reese is the shit. Why is it the twos are always usually the best of almost anything? No, there's a lot of sequel movies that are bad, like Lion King 2. I don't know why that one came off the top of my head. I feel like this is not a true statement. There are plenty of part 2 movies that are not good. Like Mortal Kombat 2 Annihilation, I think is objectively worse than the original Mortal Kombat. What else is an example of this? I do agree that there are a decent amount of part 2 movies that are good, but I wouldn't say the majority of them are. Lion King 1.5 is the best. Yeah, from the alternate perspective. That one was actually pretty funny. Ready Player One never came true. Hey, we're still working towards that. It's kind of crazy though, right? Because Ready Player One, what year was that? And what year was like the VR, you know, like pretty available to the masses? So Ready Player One was 2018, so that was about 8 years ago. We're still not living in fully VR worlds yet. But I feel like VR's getting there. VR tech is making advancements, even though it's kind of slow, it feels like. But Johnny Mnemonic. Let's see if I even heard of this. With Keanu Reeves. And Ice-T. And Dolph Lundgren. Huh. A data courier who has a secret stash of information implanted into his mind. However, the data will kill him if he cannot retrieve it within 48 hours. Ah. Well, it's got Keanu in it, so I'm interested. Ex Machina. I like that one a lot as well. Okay, I'm gonna have to look back at this chat and check out these movies. Yeah, I thought Ex Machina was really good. Again, it goes into the whole theme of this one is the whole theme of, it's not all about sex robots, but there's a portion of it in there about it. But just realistic human-like robots. Alright, we're an hour and 40 minutes into stream. We've been talking about AI a lot, actually. But it seems like people are somewhat interested in the topic. But okay, I gotta end stream in like the next 5 minutes. So I can get back to editing this LAN party stories video to get it out on time, as I promised. I'm trying to keep that promise. So we're just gonna hang out and talk in chat. I'm gonna end the poll though, and it is pretty close to 50-50 how many people want to, or would and would not, you know, upload information to their brain like the Matrix. So do future humans just have bumps or concave heads because of the headset? Have any of y'all ever had what's it called? Headphone bump, or what's the official term for that? Headphone concave head. I don't wear headphones all too often, but apparently this is a thing. I don't know if these are altered images to make it look worse than it actually is. Wasn't Tyler, what is it, Tyler 1? I think this is the most meme image that, yeah, okay, so this was an edited image, obviously, but, wasn't there an original image showing it better? But, have any of you ever experienced this? I have not, because I don't use headphones all too often. Oh, and another one regarding the future. What is it? Sex. What is it? What's that one? Sex, Death, Robots. It's a Netflix show. You guys should watch that if you haven't seen it. Love, Death, and Robots. Not sex. Love, Death, and Robots. This, wait, when was the newest season? Have I seen the newest one? I have not seen season 4 yet. I need to watch it. But this is a very good series on Netflix. Yeah, it came out in 2019, right before the pandemic. I remember watching the first season and I was kind of blown away by it. Very good show. You do a lot. No, yes, PC speakers for the win. Alita is a great AI anime that was made. Yeah, I remember Alita Battle Angel with her creepy big bug eyes. Teams Wavy's no. The cooler that you posted in Discord is not a bad cooler. It's just you could have gotten a 360 AIO for 85 bucks. You could have gotten a 360 AIO for like 60 or 70 bucks. Or you could have bought another 240 AIO or a 280 AIO for less than the $85 that you spent. You didn't buy a bad cooler. Yeah, kind of just overspent on one. Everybody in chat checking their head. Yeah. When I had headsets as a teen, now I use IEMs. but you had the dent in the head from when you used it previously. You get a change in blood flow that can cause minor bumps like this in your head, but it's like, for the most part, temporary, right? People with headphone head dents are not procreating. Magnus Nielsen says, don't give babies under the age of 3 months headsets. Yeah. There are shaping helmets. Yes. We actually did have to take the girls to like a head shape doctor. We didn't have to. It was recommended by our primary care doctor because they're feeling, they always check the baby's heads at every checkup, and for whatever reason, even though their heads looked fine, the doctor, I guess, felt something that could have been alarming. So just out of precaution, she recommended we go to a specialist, and we did. And then they measured their head and everything, and they did not recommend our girls wear the helmet. But I have seen babies wearing that helmet, and it looks hilarious because it's like a big egg-shaped helmet on their head. On their already big heads, because babies are disproportionate and have big heads relative to their bodies. But thankfully, like, our girls did not need to wear the head shaping helmet. And yeah, our girls started sleeping on their bellies like really early on. I don't remember exactly at what month, but they turned over pretty quickly and then slept on their bellies, and they still to this day sleep on their bellies as opposed to their backs. And the flat head thing where you wear those helmets is for when you are laying on your backs or your sides, and not like getting a full rotation on everything, and you get flat spots. Ghost in a Shell? I have not seen Ghost in a Shell. Too much stuff to watch, not enough time in the world. Mine is getting worse every time I use the computer. It's ticking when running. You mean the new one you just bought or your old one? Ticking while running, pumps make weird noises, like radiators sometimes gargle and stuff. I don't know if I would prematurely replace a cooler. At least if it was an old one. If it's a new one you just bought and it's ticking, then yeah, I'd be concerned. If it's an older cooler, if it's still, the liquids are still being pumped through, it's still cooling fine, unless the ticking is bothering you, I don't know if I would replace it like instantly right there. Your old one was ticking? Okay. Forget everything else, watch Ghost in the Shell. How many episodes is this? Oh, wait. Which one? When people say watch Ghost in the Shell, are you talking about the movie or the okay, how many, the animated series? How many episodes? 52. I don't think I can watch super long anime anymore. It's gotta be pretty like condensed, or not condensed, but like, it's gotta have an ending before 1,000 episodes. Ghost in the Shell anime is greater than the movie. Okay, I'm about to get demonetized for that image. Come on, Wikipedia, what are you doing? Okay, so this is the theatrical poster. When is this? 1995. Okay. All right, Ghost in a Shell as well, added to my list, my ever-growing list of things I have no time for. Big Tone says, back to the original question. I still enjoy PC gaming. Yeah, the title of the stream was more on everything I see almost everywhere now. Like my YouTube feed, there's a lot of negativity regarding the PC building space. God dang it. We're going 2 hours in the stream. If we don't get the LAN party stories this weekend, it's because this stream ran too long. No, I'm kidding. I should be able to get out on time. But no, like, every time I see random news articles fed to me by my phone's news feed, just like across social media, everything just seems so doom and gloom in the PC space because of the whole AI situation and memory shortage. And I have to wonder, like, are people even enjoying PC gaming anymore because of all this negativity? Because like I've said before, you can enjoy older games just fine today. Do people define PC gaming as only the newest titles on the newest hardware? Probably not. But how many of the people are split between the camp of you should only PC game if you can afford $1,000 plus dollar systems and only playing the newest titles that came out, versus people who can enjoy retro, like has been mentioned in the chat, or playing games that are like 15 years old, like Skyrim, and still enjoying it to this day. Double A and small devs smashing it with amazing games the last couple of years. Yeah, and those games are easier to run on old hardware that you can still pick up for decently cheap. You don't have to turn to console. PC gaming is king. Resident Evil Requiem sold over 5 million copies in 3 days, and over 50% was on PC. Nice. I typically do not track how many copies and stuff are sold, but it's called art. No. That, I want to look at it again closely. Yeah, that was side boob, butt crack. We'll see if YouTube catches it. Yes, I enjoy my gaming. Negativity does get clicks, which kind of sucks because, I mean, sometimes on the streams, I play towards the negativity play with the thumbnail and title and stuff. But the streams are just, again, this is just like a side quest for me. I do this for fun, not because it brings me any money. But in my main form content, I don't typically try to frame something negative unless it actually was negative. Yeah, Resident Evil Requiem smashed it. Actually, I'm very curious. SteamDB. How many people were playing this? All-time peak when it came out a week and a half ago. 344, okay. And then naturally, as people beat it or whatever, it dies down a bit. But yeah, I'm curious what replayability this will have in the long term. I feel like people are still playing the other Resident Evil games. Like it's like a village. What? Wow, 106 peak. Wow, that's a huge difference. What? 344 versus 106? And nowadays, yeah, you're getting like a few thousand people playing at any given point in time. I mean, it's a single player game, right? That tends to be what happens. Let me look up Skyrim again. I think Skyrim's a little hard to do this because there's so many freaking versions of it. Like special edition, 69,000, nice still. Oh no, that was peak. But see, this one doesn't have as high of a peak all time, but 21,000 still playing now. Where are the other versions of Skyrim? Can I look at the entire franchise as a whole? No. So that's a special edition. Wasn't there another legendary edition or something? Anniversary edition? No. Anyone still playing the original one? All-time peak 287. There you go. No one's playing this one anymore. They're all playing the special one. But I would say Skyrim being a game that's like effectively 15 years old, that's a very healthy player base. But that's like a lot of mods. people are already making mods and challenge modes for Requiem. Okay, so that'll keep the player base up. Has more players than Marathon. Dude, all these games, I don't understand. I don't know. I mean, I'm not an online gamer like that. Not Marathon like running, but Marathon. Actually, so Marathon's the Bungie one, right? Marathon is like Bungie wanted to make an Arc Raiders competitor. I've not played this, but I feel like with a big name like Bungie behind it, I think it's would do at least decent. Marathon is confusing, feels like a fever dream. I miss when it was all zombies. That was a long time ago when Resident Evil was all zombies. So I was playing more of Resident Evil Requiem to get to the next sections to see if the VRAM issue is gonna cause textures and walls and geometry to be missing. And I've never been a huge fan of Resident Evil games. I've played like them here and there in the past, but like Resident Evil 5, for example. I felt like there was a lot of action in Resident Evil 5. That was probably the one that I played most recently, like a decent amount, which it was still like many years ago. But then like Resident Evil Requiem, as I was running around, maybe there are other sections of the game that is more action packed, but Resident Evil has always kind of been about puzzles, right? You're always walking around looking for keys, looking for fuses in opposite sides of the map, and like, finding holes in the wall. I don't know. I am not into slower paced puzzle horror games like that, so it's not a game for me. But like Jan and Casey and them from the LAN party crew, they love those types of games, but I'm not as big of a fan of them. So like as I was playing through Requiem, I was like, oh my goodness, can I get to the part where I can blast the zombies away yet? So that's I know Resident Evil is like doing so good right now. Tons of people are enjoying it, playing it. Yeah, but that's kind of the reason why it's just not a game for me. Too slow paced and too puzzly. Leon is the action segment of the game. Oh, okay, I kind of got that feeling. Yeah, Grace is the horror section. Yeah, the first segment they give you of Leon, you're just going through the streets blasting. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. And then when you're in the, the asylum or whatever with the chainsaw scene. Okay, got it. So anytime you get Grace, it's the horror puzzle section. And when you get Leon, you're blasting zombies. Okay, good to know. What do we think about Grizzly Chrononaught Thermal Paste? I'm too cheap to buy it. It performs better than, Arctic or whatever. MX, whatever you want to use. But I don't think it's necessary for the majority of people out there. Like, yeah, I don't care about a couple of degrees. Marathon's already dead. And wait, is Marathon on Steam? Is that where, or is it on its own launcher? Marathon. Okay, when did this come out? March 5th. Oh, so it's like not even a week old yet. 88,000 from a big name like Bungie. And opening weekend. Like the player count went down on Saturday from Friday. Huh, people aren't feeling it. So we'll have to see how it goes. But yeah, these aren't good numbers from a big name. For an online multiplayer game, these are not good numbers. For a single player game, when you see numbers like this, I think it's like, yeah, okay, whatever. But from a name like Bungie, compared to like Arc Raiders or something. Let's see. So Arc Raiders 481, and now and it's pretty consistent. Slow drop, but yeah, pretty consistent. Up down. Throughout the day. Speaking of over 200k each and every day, at peak hours. It's better to use Leon to X out as many zombies as possible, as Grace is weaker. Okay. I can't finish Resident Evil 7. Been trying to play it since it came out. Boring game, confusing UI. Huh. Have you tried 9? Nerd on a Bungie. Destiny lost its players to Marathon, so no new players coming in. Bro, when did Destiny 2 come out? I remember playing Destiny 2 quite a bit. I played it. I bought it on the Blizzard launcher. 2017, yeah. I used to play a decent amount of Destiny 2. I didn't play for too long. I played for like a year and a half maybe. But you bought it for your new system? The new cooler should have came with thermal paste. I am a fan of using whatever thermal paste comes with the cooler. Most coolers come with thermal paste. I think there's this weird notion online, like if you go on Reddit posts and forum posts and stuff, and maybe this was a thing in the past. Maybe people are now coming around to using stock thermal paste. But like, I always use stock thermal paste, whether it be a Thermalright cooler, I guess that's most of the coolers that I buy nowadays. But yeah, whatever thermal paste comes with the cooler, I'm gonna use it. And unless it sucks like dog water, then I'll replace it, I guess. But that's never been the case. I've used the thermal paste that comes with like whatever random company, ID Cooling, other random coolers without any problems. It wasn't in the box? That is very strange. It usually is included on the plate, if not in a syringe. I only won't use supplied thermal interface material when it comes in those liquidy, the little soy sauce packets. I use those too. Well, why does it matter that they use slightly more environmentally friendly, smaller packaging than a whole syringe? I feel like the whole syringes that comes with one application, that's such a waste of material and plastic. I'm okay with the little baggies. I like to use Arctic thermal paste. Just bought, yeah. MX7, bro, they're on 7. I'm still on 4. I don't like mixing thermal paste. Am I weird? I mean, that's totally reasonable. I guess if you have different coefficients of thermal conductivity, that could affect it. I feel like most thermal pastes, you could mix them and it'll be fine. Like, it's not going to damage your system. It's not going to have like super huge swinging effects in your temps. But yeah, I mean, usually most people clean off all the thermal paste to reapply anyway, so there's usually not much mixing going on. LMAO soy sauce packet reference from Nobe. I didn't do the soy sauce reference. Akuma did. Yeah. Akuma called them takeaway soy sauce tear satchels. The Thermalright paste that came with my friend's Peerless Assassin was super tacky, so I supplemented with a dab. Oh, yeah, that should be fine. I don't think there's any problem with that. You've already done this, and you've seen that it's fine, and your temperatures are fine. Am I playing any games right now? If so, which games? I'm not actively playing any games at this moment. I'm only playing games just for content. But leisurely, I've not had time to play games. Once I finish this LAN Party Stories video, and I get the rest of the videos I'm working on, like, you know, I get good progress on them. I might actually try to play through Resident Evil, just because it's the newest game that came out that I have access to, and see if I can see if I can understand it. I've never really give Resident Evil a shot, with, you know, in the more recent titles, and I never even beat 5 when I did play it back then, and I never beat 2 when I played that way back then either. So I'm willing to give it a shot. I just need to find time. WoW on Linux when? I know. Next week. Next week's stream. We try to get OBS running. We try to get WoW running. Remind me. Let me put that actually. Let me put that right here. See, I was supposed to do that this week, but then I changed it. So we do. Yeah, no. Let me change it to here and get WoW running. That's a lot to do, but we'll see. When is the LAN party video coming out? People have been asking me off stream. Hopefully Friday. Look for it Friday or Saturday. Basically, I've got tonight to edit and then tomorrow to edit. And then maybe a little bit on Friday. But because it's a like 3-hour video, it takes so long to render that I pretty much have to get it done by tomorrow night. Which I might be on track for. You will be playing Fatal Frame 2 Crimson Butterfly. The horror game about taking photos, right? Fatal Frame? I've never played it, but again, my friend group, Jan and them from LAN, that's why we play. I'm on observation duty, like almost every single LAN now. They love horror games. So, yeah. Fatal Frame, I remember when I built my first system, and it was able to emulate a PS2, which was very hard to do back around 2007, 2008, 2009 time frame. But I had a powerful enough graphics card. Fatal Frame was one of the first games that we emulated on it. What up, Matthew? This is actually the end of the stream, but thanks for tuning in. You guys have a great rest of your week. Have a great weekend coming up. And I pray that I can get this LAN party video done by Friday afternoon for people to enjoy over the weekend. But I'm going to get working on it right now. So you guys take care, and I'll catch you guys in the Discord server, and then we will reconvene next week. Same time as always. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye. You just got here. Dang, I know. Just reset the timeline and watch the stream over from the beginning. You won't be able to interact, but you can watch the whole stream again. All right, take care, everybody.